In this video, I'm going to show you how to play around with some of the options when it comes to Google Form and how to submit it. Now, in our actual form right here, at the very bottom, underneath all of our questions, we have this thing here that says confirmation page. We have a few different options here. The first one right here is this text box. Now, the default response is going to be, your response has been recorded. What you can really do, though, is if you want them to do the form and you want them to do something afterward, this is probably a good place to put it. So you can add in a little bit of text here, including links. So in this case right here, I'm going to put a link to a video. This means that when they are all done, when they've submitted this form, it's going to say, hey, if you like these questions, check out this particular video right here. And it will have a link, so that's something that they can go do or look at or play around with when they're all done. And you can fill this up with pretty much anything you want. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like. So they go to the form, they complete it, and then they hit submit. Now it's going to say your response has been recorded. If you like these questions, so it's got a link right here, so this can be kind of, when you're done with this, check this out. And that will of course lead to right here. In this case, I'd want them to watch this particular Star Wars trailer. So that all right here is done under that confirmation page. Now another thing we have right here is we have show link to submit another response. This would mean that when they're done with one, if they want to do it again, they'll be like, hey, you want to take this form one more time? Here's a link and it will take you right back to where you were. If you want them to take the form or do it multiple times in a row, like, hey, you're done with one, try it again. Like, let's say they're voting for something, you have that option right there. We also have a link right here where it says publish and show a public link to form results. If you hold it over there, it's going to say, if enabled, all respondents and anyone with the link will be able to see summary charts of this form's results. So let's check that and see what happens. So now you've taken the form, and it's going to say, see previous responses. I'm going to click that link, and it's going to see, here's the names that have been submitted. If there's more than one person, those would all show here. Here's all the different student IDs that have taken it. And here we kind of have a pie chart of what we've been seeing. If you hold your mouse over it, it's kind of interactive there. We can see most of the responses were correct. They chose Empire Strikes Back, and two people incorrectly, when submitting this form, put The Phantom Menace as the best. You also can see a line graph of when people have been submitting this actual form. So that's publish and show a public link to form results. We also have another one here. Down here it says send form. If you click that, here's the actual link that you want to share with people. Now, you can get that one way by clicking View Live Form and then copying and pasting that, but that's a little bit longer way. Hit Send Form, and here's the actual link. And if you want to make it a little bit shorter so it's not taking up so much room, you click on Short URL, and you can copy and paste that, and that will take them right back to the form. So that's right here under the Send Form option. Another one we have is down here when they're taking the form, you also have the option, send me a copy of my responses. So let's try this one here. And I'm going to hit send me a copy of my responses. This way it's going to send an email to that email address. And of course this only works when you have your username recorded. And I'm going to hit submit. And I'm now going to get an email telling me exactly what it was that I had. And there it just popped up. Here's the email that I got. So it's from nobody@google.com. Thanks for filling this out. Here's what we got from you. You can see it's got my name and my student ID and what I filled out for that. So clicking send me a copy of my responses is a really good way to double check, wait a minute, what is it that I actually filled out? So that way anyone filling this out has the option of that, making sure that there's no confusion about what it was that they actually did. But that's on them. That's something that they need to do on their own if they're worried that they put in the wrong thing or they want to review it for later use. We've also got one other final option down here. It says allow responders to edit responses after submitting. So here they are, they're taking the form. And let's say they accidentally clicked on the wrong thing. I'm going to have them send a copy. Well, they submit that and then they realize, oh God, no, I just put the movie with Jar Jar Binks as the best one. I need to change that. So they can go on here and they can click edit your response. And it's already sent me that saying, oh no, you did that. But it's not too late. If you say you can change your responses, click on edit your response, and I can go back in here and say, whew, all right, that's what it was I actually wanted to do. Wanted to do Empire Strikes Back. You could also have them copy this own link, because this is on them, where they could fix that later on. But one other thing to be aware of, someone else could also edit the response if you're sharing this. So I'd say just ignore that, but I can go back down here and change my response. Now I'm going to look at the actual spreadsheet so you can see what it looks like. Here's the latest one that was just filled out, and you can see right here, normally it would say what the different movie was. In this case right here, that little note here is telling you, hey, this isn't what they actually had at first. They updated this value. So it's just a little note to you so that you're aware, oh, they changed that. Now, where this gets really, really handy is where you have enabled send me a copy of my responses, along with allow them to edit their responses after submitting. This means that they could actually take the form, and if they've clicked send me a copy of my responses, now when they get an email with this, they actually have the ability to click a link in their email to change what their responses were. I'll show you. So it's just sent me my actual form. Here are the results that it sent me, so I can see, oh no, wait a minute, did I accidentally click A New Hope? I really meant to click Empire. Well, the link is already in there, so they don't need to worry about trying to find that. I can click, oh, I need to change that. Glad it sent me this result. I'm going to go back, I'm going to change that. We'll change that to The Empire Strikes Back, and I can submit. Now my correct answer will be in there. So here, I accidentally had A New Hope, but I changed it to Empire Strikes Back. So fortunately, was able to fix that there. So all these different options we have down here on confirmation page affects what information they are actually sent, if they want to be able to change it, if they want to see what everyone else has been putting, as well as what you want them to do when they are done with the actual form.